Hey, Paul.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
I'm eating.
Dawn is eating over there, so she'll join us in just a second.
Okay. And we have Steve Knox on already.
All right. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Steve, you are muted. If you want to unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Hey, how are you tonight?
Good. I am unmuted.
Say
Are we
I'm
going to be
unmuted.
seeing you at any time, Steve, or are you going to keep your camera off?
Well, I tell you what I did. I've got you on a big TV because I've got several other people in my living room, so it's kind of, I mean, I can put the camera up to me if you want to see me, but I've kind of got a different system where is this not allowed? Do I need to?
No, it's
Okay.
fine. We always love to see faces. So you have a room full of people?
Well, I've got some that signed up and some that haven't. So it's just it's not a room full, but it's some people.
Okay, well, that's wonderful.
That's great. Glad to hear it.
Yes.
So, Steve,
Go
who's all in the room then?
Well, I've got both of my sons and one of my son's girlfriend, and okay. I got Miss Jane, my mother, in here.
All right. How are
Yeah.
you?
Good.
Good. Glad to have you here tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, if you do get it figured out, and you don't have to, but if you do get it figured out where you can turn your camera on and we could see all of the faces, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
But that's okay too. I like to just kind of start early because I know we always have some early birds that just want to get on and make sure the camera's working, the audio is working, and all that kind of stuff, and that's good.
It is good.
To allow us to start on time.
Yep, sounds good.
Yep. So what's Dawn up to?
He's about to join
I'm
us.
eating.
First things first.
That's right. That's right.
She had a kind of a birthday party tonight with her sisters and her mom.
Oh, yeah?
So Mary Ellen's birthday. So she just came back from Mazio. So she's.
Yeah. But I didn't eat because we were so busy talking. So I just took my food to go.
Okay. Well, wonderful. I love seeing your posts on Facebook of your garden.
No, thanks.
Jody.
My passion.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty. I have a few hanging flowers and stuff, but I don't really seem to have too much of a green thumb, but I love looking at them.
I've loved it since well, this will tell you how much I love plants. When I was 7 years old, my grandmother bought me 2 crepe myrtle trees to plant in my front yard when I was 7. That was my birthday present.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I've been a plant lover from way back, as long as I can remember.
Awesome. Hi, and welcome, Leah.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm
How are you?
doing good. I'm
Good.
trying to get my friend Debbie on. This will be her first time to do this,
Yeah.
but she's asking me for a meeting ID.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we need one, do we?
We don't really need one, but sometimes I think people come in a different way or something. So let me see if I can get that for you. So hold on one second.
Okay.
It's probably just
Dawn.
yeah.
Hey, I just chatting back and forth with Kimberly. She's jumping on.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Okay, so the meeting ID, if you want to write this down, is 227 052 8210. That's
Okay.
226-052-8210, and the passcode is X39.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna text that to her real quick.
Okay. Hey, Sandy.
Nancy, I was gonna say, I did that. Nancy and Sharon Howard are supposed to join us, but they're in another meeting and will be done at 7 o'clock and come sprinting over to get on. So
Okay.
that's what's happening with them.
Okay. We still have a couple of minutes here. Hi, Sandy Doyle. You're muted, Sandy. You'll have to unmute.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
This
Hey,
is my
Sandy.
Kenny.
Hello.
How are y'all tonight?
We're good.
Good, doing good.
Good. Good to have you on board.
Uh-huh.
Glad to be here.
Awesome.
I like
Okay.
your hot pink water bottle.
This is so I'll never lose.
So you.
It
That's
really is.
awesome.
I have a purple one too. Go figure.
That's awesome.
But they can see.
It
Now
was
drink
actually,
that water and electrolytes.
Right?
Yep.
yeah, it's a 40.
Lights.
I figure if I get three of these down, that's almost a gallon.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Well, actually, I do get a gallon because I juice carrots and apples and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh my gosh.
that
That's
counts
crazy.
pure, fluid. So
Right?
yeah, so I get most of the time I get more than a gallon down. So
That's good. That's
Yeah.
really good. Oh my
And I
gosh.
also want to say hello to Kim Collins and welcome you onto the Zoom. I do 7 o'clock. So we can go ahead and get started. And guys, I just want to welcome all of you and say I'm going to be calling on Jody to help me, and Dawne and Paul, and just see what you guys want. Now, in the middle of my screen right now, I have somebody sealing.
That's Kim Collins.
Kim Collins.
I'm walking around.
Okay. Well, for some reason, your video was in my screen in the middle. So if you're not going to say anything, you might want to mute yourself, because sometimes the camera will pick up, noise, and it will put that background like center stage. So
How do I mute it?
You might have to scroll. You might have to scroll over to another screen and then touch it. Touch the screen that you see Debbie in the center, and then go down to the bottom left. And there's a little mute microphone. Just touch that, and it'll mute it.
Oh, I've messed up.
Okay,
that's okay.
good.
I'm going to put my in, because we each can set our view the way we want to see it, whether we want to see the speaker in the center or we want to see everybody. So I've got mine set on view so I can see everybody now. But yeah, so Dawne and Paul, I think you guys wanted to kind of start out with maybe everybody just introducing themselves and telling a little bit about themselves and their story with the patches so far. Is that how you wanted to start out?
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do there. Just each person kind of introduce themselves a little bit, say something about it so we know who they are.
Okay, awesome. Well, do you guys want to start?
Yeah, this is my favorite wife, Dawne. In fact, I'll let you start, Dawne, because you're the one that began this thing.
Oh, that's too long of a story.
Just make it short.
Well, everybody knows me because they're all under us, except for your name's Sharon Doyle.
Yeah, she's under.
They're new. Is that under Jody's leg, right, Jody?
No,
Or
no, they're under Leah.
well, I know. Oh, okay.
It's Sandy.
Hi, Rochelle. Oh, Sandy.
Hi,
Hi.
we're just getting home.
Sandy Doyle.
Okay. Well, I've been in about 6 months now, a little more than 6 months. And Jody was actually in our youth group whenever Paul and I worked with the youth 150 years ago. And so then Jody just gave me a call, and I was at a place in my life where I said it was a direct answer from God, both financially and physically. And I didn't hesitate. And I am the world's biggest pessimistic person skeptic when it comes to network marketing and stuff. But I was all in. I was completely all in right away and saw the opportunity right away. And I've been super excited ever since. And we've seen big changes, gradual changes at first, and about every week or two, the other little things that happening that I noticed that are improving in my body. So
About an hour.
In fact, Paul went to I'm telling your story.
But not just tell my story. It's okay if you're good at it.
Paul went to have an eye exam 2 weeks ago, and his vision had improved like it was when he was in high school. The first time in 50 plus
50
years that his vision has improved, and the doctor just gave it. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that had been on the patches. I can't remember how long it was, maybe a couple of months or something like that. She's in her early 70s, and she called me one day and she said, "You're not going to believe this. This is the way a lot of stories start. You're not going to believe this." And she said, "I can read the captions on the TV." And I could never do that before. When she would be standing in the kitchen and looking at the big screen TV, she could never read the captions. And she said, "I can read the captions on the TV."
Wow.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And Dawne, I was like you in that I saw this right away. I had like a gut feeling about it right away when I kind of saw the big picture. I'm more of a big picture person, I think. And yeah, I've noticed that there are some people that are like that they, just something like hits them. And and other people, it takes a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But
Paul's the type of person that jumps on board with everything. And I'm like, no, and a lot of times it bombs. But when he saw my excitement and that I was not backing off, then he go, "Well, take a close look at this kid." And I just know that I know. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty discerning person anyway, but I just knew right away that it was a God thing, and that so I'm all in and I'm not giving up.
yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I feel the same way. So anyway, so let's go ahead. Leah, do you want to introduce yourself and a little bit about you?
Yes, I'm Leah Christie. I think maybe everybody knows me already, but yeah, we started on the patches about 3.5 months ago. And at that time, Nancy invited us to a meeting at her house, and I didn't know what it was going to be about at all. But when the meeting started and they started talking about people being healed, then right away, I got the vision of it, even before I knew about the business part. And I could just think of all these people that I knew that needed to be healed. And so I still went home and prayed about it. And the Lord said to me, "I told the body to heal the sick." And so I knew that we were supposed to do it.
No, I couldn't get it to work. It's all limp.
Wow.
So we,
Wow.
Be somebody.
Thank you.
you want to hold on to it while I do that?
Show you need
But
to
it's going to take me some
Okay.
time. Mute,
Rachel,
Rachel.
we are hearing you. If you want to,
Sorry.
Rachel, it's okay. You go right ahead and I'll just kind of jump around here.
Okay. Yeah, so then once we started on the patches, then the first day I had an experience. I had been dealing with COPD
I put
since
it on.
2016, and I had gotten to the place where I was having trouble breathing and just having coughing fits every morning. And
Wow.
one day after the patch, I didn't have a coughing fit.
Oh, that's amazing.
So now, after 3.5 months, along with prayer and the Lord's healing too, I no longer have COPD.
Wow.
And that's three and a
Great.
half months. That's amazing.
That is great.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, Rachel, you want to go to you?
Sure.
Okay.
So we're Robert and Rochelle, and can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were just so excited when we heard about it. Robert, we were introduced to it first by Leah and Art, and we really didn't have time to like look at it. And then Paul met with Robert and started showing him some stuff. And Robert's like, you really need to look at this, Rochelle, and investigate it. And you're the investigator. So I said, okay, I'll look at it. And the moment I looked at it, I was sold. And we both just knew we wanted to jump in full born with this. And we hadn't even tried the product.
Wow.
And we have some great testimonies of our own. And
Awesome.
we're just so excited.
That's awesome.
That's your
Yeah.
testimonies, a couple of testimonies.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time hearing you guys, and I don't know why. Ever since I
Can you hear us now, or is it better?
yes, now I hear you. Okay.
All right.
A couple of the testimonies, I had pulled my calf muscle. I was in worship. I felt a punch in the back of my calf muscle. I heard a pop, dropped to the ground in pain. I knew I had ripped my muscle, and I put the X39 patch on directly on the spot where the pain was. I couldn't walk on it, nothing. Within 48 hours, I was able to put weight on my leg and walk normally.
Wow.
It should have been almost 10 weeks recovery, 6 to 10 weeks.
Yeah, with physical therapy. Yeah.
Did your physical therapy? Did you go to physical therapy?
I never had to go to physical therapy. I never went to a doctor. I never even iced it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That was about 2 weeks after starting the X39. And I just praised the Lord the whole way. And a lot of people got to hear the testimony of it. And it was just amazing. I mean, amazing.
Really
Amazing.
is.
That is amazing. So Robert, what have you experienced?
Oh, boy. Well, I got more problems. You know, I was down to 2 stem cells in my body. and I just noticed right away a difference within 24 hours. And within days, I could get out of bed without having to do gymnastics to do it. It was just like, where's all the aches and pains gone?
Yeah.
It really was amazing that it happened that fast. I couldn't believe it. And then it just kept getting better from there. And I have severe arthritis, not severe. Yes, severe arthritis in my hand. One hand's about 98%. The other one now is about 85. Oh yeah. And I also had a, what do you call when your shoulder disc, what is it?
Your rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff. My rotator cuff was, I couldn't raise my hand past this, chest level. And within days, all of a sudden one day we're sitting, I go, look at this. I can put my hand up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now it goes up and down like a trombone. So.
And he was going to the VA for therapy on that.
For 8 months.
8 months. And we would get a little bit of results, nothing. And then overnight, just boom.
Wow.
Yeah, and then also I just want to share about your shaking.
Yes, inside. We don't say the P word, Parkinson's, but I have tremors. That's the way we put it. I have tremors. And internally, I was always having these tremors for about the last year and a half, internally and in my head as well. It's not easy getting around doing that. And it was really bothersome. Now I still got the external tremors, but they're cutting down. And internally, I no longer have the tremors, and the head's clearing up every day, getting better and better.
Fantastic.
My head needs clearing up. Paul will tell you.
Wow. You know,
Yeah,
some of these stories are, excuse me, Rochelle, but some of these stories are just kind of so mind-boggling. You know, you think, how could that have happened so quickly? For
Really?
some people, and then other people, you know, it takes a little bit longer for the body to heal. But that's amazing. Rochelle, what did you want to say?
I just wanted to mention with his stability and in Parkinson's, I was always worried about him walking or kind of catching him or stumbling. And I noticed within the first couple days of him on the X39 patch that he was walking so sturdy, just steady, and he hasn't tried to fall or wobble at all. I feel, honestly, I'm so excited about the next couple months because I've got my husband back, you know.
That's excellent.
Wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to go back up to Jody on my screen. Jody, you want to, I think probably most people know you, but share a little bit about your story really quick.
Yeah, I'm up here in Washington State, and a good friend of mine, Dawne, who I knew from another networking years ago, knew that I just lived in chronic pain. I was in 2 head-on collisions back in the 90s, and I was mid-20s when it happened. Now I'm much older, but for the last 15 years I've had chronic neck and back pain. It was pretty debilitating. I've done everything from acupuncture to injections to chiropractic was a weekly thing for me. And anyway, she said, you should try these. Actually, she sent me a video of Renita, and I saw what happened to Renita's mom and dad. And I just was like, I want to try them. And so I got my patches, and in 5 days, on the 5th day, I woke up and I looked at my husband and I was like, actually, I turned my neck, which I couldn't do. And I said, I don't think I have any more pain right now. And he was like, he honestly didn't believe it. He was like, what? And it was gone. It hasn't come back. On the 7th day, I had arthritis in my hands, completely gone. Actually, now I've been on the patches almost a year, or about like a year. My plantar fasciitis is gone. My hearing and eyesight have improved tremendously, and my gray hair is reversing. Crazy.
Oh, very cool.
My mom, who's here from Texas, is 79, and her restless leg syndrome disappeared right out of the gate. Her bunions disappeared, which was crazy. She's dancing 3 times a week because she has so much energy. I'm like, what is happening? So, and my husband, I do have to say this, my husband was super skeptical. He got on the X39 finally, and after about 3 or 4 months on it, went in for a blood work. And he's had high cholesterol and high blood pressure for 30 years. And they called him in and said, what are you doing? And he was like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, your numbers are incredible. And he's like, he seriously at that point was like, okay, I'm a believer. And it just changed everything. So if you're not feeling anything, he didn't feel a thing. Wow. And but there's some major things going on internally. So and it's true with everybody. We don't feel it, right? If you walk out in the sun and you get vitamin D infused in your body, you don't feel it. Or if you even take supplements, you don't feel it. But it's a proven. He's my guy who I'm like. He's like, I'll tell everybody about these patches. So
awesome.
exciting.
Awesome. Okay, Sandy.
Wow. There's so many things with me, you know, that I could just go on for a long time. And one of them is that restless leg syndrome since my 20s from all the injuries growing up on a farm. And that left really quick. And I had my eyes the last 2 years were just irritated. I'd have my makeup rubbed off by the end, by the end of the evening, because I changed my mascara, did all the normal things you do, and it's still irritated. I never had it checked out. I just don't run to the doctor. And all of a sudden my eyes don't hurt anymore. They're fine. And the stamina, the energy, the mental clarity, I felt that right away. Within the first patch, it was like, man, I like this feeling. I know what this well-being feeling is, because I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroid, and so that messes up everything. And your health is just up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm off the medication, but it's still low. I just had my labs done because I'm not taking enough of the natural thing. And now that I know I need to increase it, I can take more of my natural I'm going back in 6 months to have my labs, but everything else was good, but it usually is good. But that's what I'm looking for, is to totally reverse and, the thyroid. I mean, that thing, if I can get that balanced out, I'll be really happy. And I know it will. I don't have any doubt at all. And there's much more things. My floaters in my eyes are breaking up. They're going away, and just so many little things.
Awesome. Now, is that your husband there?
This is Kenny.
Hello.
Hey, hi, Kenny. What are you experiencing? Are you on the patch too?
Well, I'm like the last gal's husband. Yes, I am on the patch, but I really don't notice anything. Although if I do a hand injury or a real good cut or a scrape, within days it's already healed. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I tell everybody? I can tell he's in a better mood. And he's always in good moods. I mean, he's just a real happy guy. But his work, his job job, it's not a good place. And so it get to him, and I can tell he's in a much better place.
Yeah. Sometimes other people notice things about you that you didn't notice, because sometimes there's subtle little changes, and you don't maybe pick up on it. Sometimes we're looking maybe for like some big event, but each person is different, but it is working. It is doing something good inside the body. So thank you.
He does have a real recent good testimony. Go ahead.
So what was it? You get your biannual checkups and whatnot, and I had a real deep cleaning a couple months ago, 3, 4, 5, I can't remember. But anyway, they do that testing where they take the
numbers
of your blah blah blah. And so she did a deep cleaning, and there were some 6s. Now those are down to 4s. There are some 3s. Those are down to 2s. There's some 2s that are down to 1. And she goes, overall, it's like, I don't know, what are you doing? Same thing, what are you doing? And then I told her. She goes, really? So she's a medical nerd. She goes, send me that stuff. I want to check it out, guys. I can see it in your gums. They're really pink. They're really blah 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 blah. She's like, really, she's a hygienist.
Yeah.
And so she was all impressed with it. Yeah.
Awesome. And see, you didn't feel that going on, did you?
No.
That changing.
No, I wasn't sticking toothpicks up my feet. No.
So interesting. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing. So we're going to go ahead and move through. So Kimberly, are you there that you can share?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Okay. The two main things with me is blood pressure and cholesterol. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, that's good.
Can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay. We can see the sky in the top of my head. So anyway, we donate to the Oklahoma Blood Institute, and they always do your blood pressure and cholesterol, and then they send you back the results. And my blood pressure dropped from 124 over something to 108 over like 60 something.
Wow.
And then the cholesterol, it dropped like, I want to say 14 points, but then I had it done again just 2 weeks ago, and my cholesterol, and since I started this, has dropped 30 points.
Wow.
30 points.
Wow.
It's dropped 30
Wow.
points. So
Now that's Kim Collins that's talking, right?
yes.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
I've noticed a couple of skin tags are getting smaller.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I've-
that's
I've
about the
seen
main thing
that.
with me.
Yeah, I've seen that, not in myself, but I've seen it in other people. That my 75-year-old neighbor had some kind of big growth on her arm that fell off like after the second or third week. So Kimberly, all I have is Kimberly's iPhone, and we see what looks like the footage of her car.
Hey, Debbie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Just
listen. Yeah, Kimberly is just, I told her to jump on. We are signing her up today. She hasn't she hasn't tried the patches, doesn't even have anything, but she's just listening in.
Awesome. Well,
Well-
welcome, Kimberly.
My dad was the guinea pig. My aunt hooked him up with patches because he's like 81 and he had all kinds of problems. And they're making him better where he can function and walk and stuff. So then they decided that they needed me to try them too.
Awesome. Good job. All right. So what about Kelly Grimmett? Did I say that right?
Yes, but I'm Ronnie. I'm his wife. This is
Oh,
Kelly.
okay.
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
want to be on
Okay.
camera.
Okay.
And Kimberly is my cousin. Hey, Kim.
Right.
Hi.
Kelly and I have been using the patches for about a month now, and I don't know about him, but I can't tell one bit of difference. But I have vitiligo. I've had it for 37 years, so
Wow.
I don't expect to see a difference, in 1 month. I'm fully expecting to be completely healed of vitiligo eventually. But I don't expect to see any difference for, I don't know, maybe, 6 months, or I don't know. I'd like to see a difference in 6 months. I'm a natural girl. I'm not much of a drug person. I'm totally homeopathic, but I have been taking these thyroid pills. When I was in 3rd grade, I quit growing, and it was not until 7th grade that they figured out why, and it was my thyroid. Back then, I never heard of Hashimoto's. I don't know if they had not, but they just called it hypothyroid, which is what I've always said. So my homeopathic nurse put me on some drops, and I don't know, for the first time ever, I asked, am I going to always have to take a thyroid pill? She said, no, I think you're going to be healed of this. And so that was before I started using the patches. So now with the patches, I fully expect to.
Yeah.
I have a thyroid. Well, honestly, I don't really know. I think I have a thyroid, but it's underactive, I think. I know a lot of people have their thyroid removed. I've never had my thyroid removed. So I'm sure it's there. It's just underactive.
Yeah.
But, all of the things that autoimmune conditions, bring, nothing major. I'm a healthy girl because I strictly follow the paleo diet. Okay, so I do cheat. I follow the paleo diet probably 90%. So yes, I'm pretty strict. 90% is pretty strict.
Good.
But, so I don't really have any health issues that are painful or, that I want to be healed of vitiligo. And I've been asking the Lord for years. And I want to not wear glasses. I want my eyes to be healed. I've been asking the Lord for that too.
Yeah.
And I expect it, I'm open-minded to homeopathic things that claim to have results. I'm not a cynic. I'm not a naysayer. I'm open-minded to it, because what kind of follower of God would I be if I asked him to heal my eyes, and then something came along that says, oh, this will heal your eyes, and I don't try it.
Now, have you seen the photos of the two people with vitiligo that
I've
were?
searched and my mom told me about it and I've searched and I even
I have
downloaded
to tell it
TikTok.
to you. I have to show
Okay.
it to you. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick screen share here really quick. And
Well, I
I'm going
saw
to,
a video on I even downloaded TikTok because some of the videos were on TikTok, and the one that was the most interesting was in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish yet. I'm learning, but she was talking way too fast for me.
okay, this is on my team website that I created, x39newmember.com. You all should know about this. And and I went to more, and I went to before and after photos. These are photos you can download on your phone if you want to be able to show other people. Let's see, let me move my photo over a little bit so I can scroll down. And I'm pretty certain that, okay, see these two people right here?
Yeah. Yep.
That's the same person.
Same person.
No, that's two different people.
Oh.
Top guy,
Yeah, one has hair.
Yeah.
top guy was on X39 3 months. That's the
Wow.
difference there in 3 months. The bottom guy is a year.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that was one of my questions. The videos that I've been, finding talk about the glutathione patch, and I was wondering which one or both or what. But that said X39, so that's what
X39
Kelly and I have
X39
been-
for everything.
Okay.
X39 for everything, and then the other patches are kind of add-ons, but that's pretty powerful. So thank you for sharing, Kelly. We're going to go ahead and move on. We want to get through everybody here. So Kim, let's see, Kim Collins already spoke. Nancy, hi Nancy.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, everybody was talking. I was driving home, so I'm home now.
Oh, good.
Something that I never told everybody, but I'm going to tell you now, that when I originally had my accident in April, I injured my shoulder. And when the doctors were, saying, well, we're going to x-ray everything, I never told them about my shoulder because I was afraid they were going to say, oh, well, we'll have to do surgery on that. And I did not want surgery. So I was determined I would not mention it. Well, I would have been in tremendous pain until last week.
Wow.
Now I can raise my arm. I don't know if you can. Oh, I gotta get this thing out of the way. I can raise my arm. My arm goes every way, and I have no pain.
Wow, Nancy.
So
That is so good.
I am just being healed of one thing after another, and I've had so many big things that needed to be repaired. And I'm saying, okay, Lord, now I'm ready for the little things. Let's get going.
Awesome. Thank you, Nancy. You are such a joy. I always love hearing you.
Thank you.
So we heard from Rachel, and I believe it was Robert. We already heard from you. Okay. And then, hey, Kent, how are you? So unmute yourself. You figure out how to unmute? We'll go ahead until Kent figures it out. We'll go ahead to Steve. Steve, you want to share something?
Sure, I've got a little bit. Let's see. I'm Steve Knox, and I basically started this thinking that the patches would help my parents, so I got them on it, and then I decided, well, why should they get all the, I thought, well, I'll just try them too. So my parents, they've noticed my mom's restless leg is gone. I'm sitting there. Pain in her knees are gone, and she's just doing. And my dad, he was kind of skeptic, and I now he's starting to notice. He's had some trouble, and he said, "You know what? I think that's getting better."
Yeah,
and
cool.
So there's some changes that he's starting to see that's positive for him. So. I'm still working on a personal testimony on it. I've been on them for about 5 or 6 weeks.
Okay.
And, just maybe increased energy and stuff like that. But I do have a question.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, I've got my sister signed up. She lives up in Missouri, and she got him for him because she thought he could benefit from some of the things. But of course, the first couple of days it was really rough on him, and then he started breaking out in a rash. So I was wondering, I'm sure he was probably detoxing, but the rash, if they get a rash, I think I've read where they say just take it off. So does it mean that they can't do this?
No, it does not mean that. He is probably detoxing. Was the rash only limited to like where he had the patch, or was it kind of all over, or?
It was on his
It came down on his arms or something. It may something not even been related, but he for some reason associated the patch with the rash.
Yeah, it probably was probably detoxing something out of his arm and out of that area that
Okay. Yeah,
he probably
that
didn't know about. And yeah, if some detox symptom starts to feel too uncomfortable, just take the patch off, drink more water, more electrolytes, wear the patch for fewer hours in the day, or you can just kind of plow through it, if you want to. That's generally my what I do is I just keep it on and just keep going, through. But personally, I haven't really had that much detox symptoms. Sometimes I might feel a little bit tired or something like that, and I'll drink a lot more of the water and electrolytes, and that helps. But I've done a lot of detoxes over the years, and so it hasn't really affected me that much. But yeah, that's what my guess would be. He was detoxing.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say, Steve, before we move on?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. And what about Joel? Anything you want to say, Joel?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I've done really well on it. Robert and Rochelle turned me on to this, and it's been great for me. I got hit on a bicycle in Colorado just a few years ago. Went up in the air and thought I was dead, but able to get through that. And I've had lower back pain. L1 was fractured. I've had lower back pain for years since this occurred, and it's just gotten so much better. I've gotten to a point where, I'd have to do stretches and things in the morning just to try to get the back to work. And now I don't really have much pain any longer in the lower back. I still feel a little tinge of it, but there's no serious pain. And like Robert, I can move my arm. I had a torn rotator as well, and I'm able to put my arm over my head again, and with the X49s, I'm working out in the gym more readily again now, and because of the lack of back pain and shoulder pain, and the X49 allows me to get through things and restore the body, the muscles, each time. So I'm three or 4 days a week in the gym, and I'm just feeling more energy. It's all good. It's all good.
Yep. That's awesome. That's awesome, Joel. Thank you for sharing that. And
Sure.
Debbie Parsons, you want to unmute yourself? I think Kent and Ann are still working on trying to figure out how to unmute. If anybody knows what to tell them or can text them or something.
On mine, it's down in the lower left. It's a little microphone.
Are you on your computer, Kent?
On my computer.
Yeah.
You're on your phone? Okay. So yeah, phone's going to be a little bit different. I'm on my computer. And I guess Debbie, for some reason, doesn't seem to be able to unmute herself either. So we will just go through. There's one thing that I want to be sure that I tell you guys. So I want to say it now so don't forget about it. The yearly conference is coming up in October of this year in Dallas. And they just sent out an email this morning that you can now buy virtual tickets. If you were somebody that you put your name on the waiting list, because they had the tickets available that we bought early on and they sold out like pretty fast. They opened it back up, but only for people who put their name on the wait list to buy an in-person ticket to come to the event in Dallas. Right. So if that was you, you want to check your email because you got an email. I know people got it 5 days ago. If you do have your name on the wait list, where you can go ahead and buy an in-person ticket. If that's not you and you want to buy a virtual ticket, you can do that. And I'm going to show you how in a minute. And also, sometimes there are people that bought a ticket early on and something changed in their life and now they can't go, and they can transfer their ticket to somebody else. Of course, you'll have to pay them for the ticket, but that's also a possibility. So kind of start talking around maybe amongst yourselves, and because you definitely want to participate in this conference. This is the 20th year convention of the company, and this is a big deal. So I'm going to show you. It should be in your email, so check your email, but just in case you can't find it, I put it on the team website. So I'm going to just share the screen really quick, and I'm going to go back to my x39newmember.com. Let's see, let me get out of that and let me go to home. I put it on the home page, x39newmember.com, the yearly convention. If you click right there, if you can't find it in your email for some reason, you can click right there. It'll take you right over to where you can buy the virtual tickets. Okay? So trying to make it easy for you.
And hey, Debbie, you might mention that, you know, a lot of times, I know Robin does this a lot. She'll have like a watch party, and maybe, you know, someone wants to buy the ticket and everybody else, you know, pay $20 or whatever. Have it at someone's house. You don't have to necessarily, or if you want to camp out, I guess you can. Bring your sleeping bag. And but no, just like there's going to be some really great things. And one particular thing is David Schmidt's going to be talking for 3 hours on these new technologies that he's patented and bringing out. That I don't know if you guys saw the video, but it will fire you up. And so there's just, if you know, you can always do it that. You can't do the whole ticket, get together and, you know, watch what you can. It's going to be incredible.
Great idea, Jody. Thank you. And while I'm on this website, my little team website, let me just point out a couple of things, because one of the things that you want to do is you want to get on our weekly team Zooms. You need to know about them and how they can benefit you. And if you're growing a team, how they can benefit you to do that. And on the x39newmember.com, you can either click Zooms right there, or you can click the weekly Zoom schedule, and it will take you to this page, and this page will show you first the opportunity overview Zooms, when those are Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday is a Spanish night. Thursday also we have Renita that does one at 8. So generally they're at 7 o'clock Central, or Thursday night, Renita's is 8 Central. Friday, it's during the day, like 11 a.m. Central. And then there are business training Zooms. But these opportunity Zooms, if you have not been on them, you need to get on them yourself to hear what they're saying and invite your guests. This is one of the best ways to introduce somebody to the product, the X39, the technology, David Schmidt, the company. They get a big picture, and the business opportunity is talked about towards the end. If somebody is not interested in the business opportunity, they can just hang up. But these are great ways to get a big picture fairly quickly in a condensed amount of time about what we have our hands on. And all you do is click right there and it takes you over to be able to log into, like, you know, the Monday Zoom and that kind of thing. And so there will be hundreds of people on these Zooms. You won't be heard or seen like on our Zoom tonight. So you can just listen in, but you definitely want to take advantage of these Zooms. And then the business training Zooms are down at the bottom. Wednesday night, Renita has a Millionaire Mind call at 8 p.m. Central. Hers are always at 8 p.m. And Saturday at 12 noon Central is a business training. And then Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central, Renita does a business training. Now this week, they're all in Greece for one of the big company trips. So I'm not sure if we're going to be having it, you know, some of Renita's, but this is where you can find it really easily. And you can save this link on your phone, you know, write it down or put it in your phone notes, or you can always find it on the x39newmember.com. And the reason I created that is because if you only went to This Is It Team, this is our main training site, our main business training site, thisisitteam.com, and you see the X39 Zoom events right there, but they don't include Renita's. It's only Steve and Gina Merritt and their leaders, which Renita is one of them, and she has done some of these, but Renita does her own, you know, so you want to be able to see what all of those are. So that's why I created that one little pager. So any of you guys that are on this and you have not done this already, go to onboarding right here, onboarding. There are short little 2 to 3 minute videos that will show you the basic things that you need to do if you are sharing this. And I think probably most of you are, because you're getting some benefits and you want to be able to share with other people about how they can improve their health too, and earn income. So these little 2 to 3 minute videos, you just click on it and watch the little video, will help you in some of the basic things that you need to know to get started. So Jody, I'm going to kind of ask you at this point, is there something that you want to say at this point that you feel like people should know? Or Dawne and Paul, is there something that you want me to go over specifically? Jody, go ahead.
Yeah, I would just say, you know, I know a lot of you from seeing you on a couple of Zooms, but I am, and I think we've gotten a really good, like, I guess Debbie and I are, you know, we want to be really clear, like, there's some people that want to use the product and get great results. You've all seem to be getting amazing results, but then there's also people that see the business side. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm available to help anybody. I mean, the 3-way calls are super helpful. And I guess I want to put myself out there to say, you know, please don't hesitate to call me. Debbie and I are challenging each other, and we're on Renita's Millionaire Mind call every week. As a matter of fact, Debbie just won the trip to Punta Cana, and she didn't even want to do the trip, and I'm like, let's go, Debbie, let's try to do it. And I'm like 5 points from winning it now, and so we're just excited, and we're running with this thing, and we want to make sure you guys know that we want to be there for you. So, but if you are interested in the business part of it more, let me know, and you know, let me know so I can reach down and really, you know, give you some good tips. There's a lot of great things out there and tools to utilize. And so,
yeah, awesome, Jody. Thank you. Yeah, for people who are interested in the business side, guys, this is it.
Oh, wait, let me say this.
Yeah,
Debbie's retiring this week. She has 2 more days of work and she is done.
That's great.
That's right. I work tomorrow and Thursday, and then I'm retired from my speech therapy, and it's LifeWave full time now. So I'm so very grateful for that. But I just want to emphasize to anybody who is really wanting to change your financial future, whatever that looks like to you, this is an opportunity that is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Really is.
I mean, I think that Dawne will agree with me. I mean, everything that I have seen in the last year that I have been in has not been a disappointment.
Yeah.
We are on to something so powerful that I feel like this is a movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just selling a product that's a really good product, or that you can buy a lot of the same kind of, healthy supplements and healthy shakes and things like that at a bunch of different locations. This is something we have a patent on.
Right.
That nobody else is going to have this same product. And you've already heard so many of the health benefits that just this small little group has gotten.
That's true.
Start to share it, you just think about the ripple effect of how it's going to bless so many people, and then you get rewarded financially for that. But the key, I think, in all of this is not only just you sharing, but it's you pulling everybody into the community and helping people to see that there is a much bigger picture. This is way bigger than just you and them. It's so you've got to get people into the LifeWave Wellness Warriors Facebook group. We've got over 8,000 people in there, I think, now. And so people need to be in that. People need to know about these Zooms. You need to do 3-way calls and just be able to connect people into a community of support and inspiration. So that's what I really stress to you for the people that are interested in the income opportunities is don't be a lone ranger.
Right. And let me say too, to that, if I can send it out if you haven't seen it. So at this convention, there's an interview that just recently came out, and David Schmidt was talking about these 2 new technologies, not products, new technologies that the world has never seen. As a matter of fact, they didn't even have a category. They had to create a category for these because there wasn't one. And he'll be talking about that. And he even said, you guys, the patches are amazing, but we're not a patch company. We're a technology company that is nothing like the world's ever seen. I mean, there's nothing, and I can speak because I've been in a couple of network marketing businesses over the years, and I've never seen anything like this, and this is not a product that anyone else has. And if you see things out there that go, oh, well, now, wait a minute, you guys know that when you're onto something so great, and it's patented, and it's getting results, there's always going to be people that are trying to mimic. There's always, I mean, that happens anywhere in the world. But if you see something out there, you can watch videos, and David Schmidt has said himself, nobody has this technology, nobody. And if they're claiming that they do, they don't. So be confident in what you have your hands on, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's a really important thing too, right, Debbie?
Yes.
Make a decision that you have the best thing that you've ever. I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but I swore network marketing off. I was like, I could always make money. My team could not make money. That's not the case here. Anybody can make money. Anybody can share this. But I came back into this networking arena because I was like, wow, I had never. This is where the entire this is where we're going. Stem cells and light therapy. And if you want to look up where that is going in terms of billions, and no, we got, it's just very exciting. And you may, and when we talk about the financial part, $500 a month can change someone's life. And that might be where you're at. And everybody's on a different level. I'm not saying, but if you want to come in and you want to be a millionaire and you want to make $1 million, I mean, that's totally doable. So anyway, woo, fired up.
All right.
And the other thing that I want to mention that I think is pretty cool, I was talking with somebody today. This is an opportunity where you can leave, you your income center to your children. So
That is-
once you get this business center up and going and making money, and something happens to you, you know, you leave this world, you can
Wow.
will this to your children, and it can be an ongoing income producing business center that
Wow.
they don't have to go into the job and work it. Like, you know, people that built some kind of a business and maybe they've got like a physical structure and people that work for them, and sometimes it's left to a kid and it's kind of a nightmare because they got to deal with all of it. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
And so I think that is a huge blessing. And
Really is.
yeah, I mean, I've just never seen anything like it. And I've been involved, I'm still involved with another company that I really like, and I think they've got good products, but I've never seen anything like this one. And the passion and the heart of David Schmidt. And I just feel like it's a God thing. I really
Yeah.
do.
That's right.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the last thing that I think that I would say is the power of making a decision. I talked about this the other day. I know this has been so very powerful in my own life, and I've seen it in other people. When you make a decision, I'm doing this, I'm going to share this, I believe in this, then everything changes in your life. Like if somebody says, no, I'm not interested, it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep going. You go to help the next person because you know you're on a mission that is blessing so many people. And maybe that one person that said no just doesn't see it right now. Maybe they'll come back around and say yes.
Right.
But when you have made that decision yourself, then your brain, your mind starts to think of solutions. If you hit a little obstacle or something, your brain starts to think of a solution to get around that or over that because you've already made the decision on doing this. Otherwise, if you haven't and you're still in, I don't know whether I want to do this or not, then any little hill that comes up can stop you from moving forward.
Yeah.
And so that applies to anything in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So that's the one thing I think that I would leave you with is, what do you want? What do you want for your life? And then just make that decision and do the little things every day. Just be consistent every day and make it simple. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to explain everything. It's simple. What do you know about light therapy? What do you know about stem cells? Oh my gosh, I've got something I've got to show you. It's like, it's changed my life.
Yeah.
And the other question that I just love is, what are your thoughts on multiple streams of income? One of the things Mike Hernandez says, and he's made millions and never graduated from high school. And he said he leads with the business, and he asks people, do you keep your mind open for extra ways to make money, or are you set?
That's good.
Yep. And that just kind of opens up a little bit of a conversation, you know, and you just go from there.
Yeah. Good.
That's good, Debbie.
Okay, so anything, Dawne and Paul, that you want to say to finish things up, or anything I left out?
Well, I do want to say that I'm very thankful for my upline. I'm very thankful for Debbie and Jody working with us.
Amen.
And it's exciting to have people that care and are there for us at all times.
Amen.
And the excitement of working with other people is a real blessing to us, to have a community of people that are all on the same page and working towards the same goals. And not like corporate America where everybody's fighting against you. We're all working together as a team.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's right. It's a community. It's a community of loving, supportive people who want to help others and benefit ourselves financially in the process. And that reminds me, when you said community, I'll tell this last little story, because Dana, who enrolled Jody, had a girl. I believe I'm telling the right connections because I got a lot of people on my team. I hope I'm not getting my people mixed up. But anyway, it was somebody down in my team reached out to this guy. He's known as the chimney sweep. And I don't know
Yeah.
whether you've heard this story or not,
Great
but
story.
Carol, Debbie, that's my gal Carolyn reached out.
oh yeah, Jody. Yeah, you tell the story.
No, go for it.
Okay, well, anyway, so this guy, the chimney sweep, his name is Ron Rabin. And
I'll
Ron,
send everybody that video. It's amazing.
Ron got
It
in early with LifeWave. I'm not sure when, but anyway, he somehow enrolled, or this woman got in his team, named what's her name? Onyx Cole. And
Yeah.
Onyx Cole enrolled Steve and Gina Merritt. And Steve and Gina
Whoa.
Merritt enrolled Renita. And Renita enrolled my friend, and my friend enrolled me. But Ron, now the chimney sweep, that's what his job was. And he
And
has
still
made
is.
millions now because of, you know, how the word of mouth spread. Well, anyway, so this girl, Jody's friend, reached out to him on Facebook, and he sent her his phone number and said, call me. So they talked on the phone and had a lovely conversation.
Wow.
And she was totally shocked. And now she's like all excited because he planted a vision in her mind, you know, that you can do this. I'm a chimney sweep. If
And
I
he
can do
actually
this, you can
prayed
do
with her.
this.
He actually prayed with her. She was flabbergasted. It was crazy.
Prayed with her.
Yeah. Well, let me just say to you guys, that's the thing. Everybody's helping everybody. And I've never been a part of that either. I've never been a part of a company where someone at the top level would reach down. But this is the thing. It kind of switch your mind. You know, in network marketing, whatever you think of it, we're sharing something. And, you know, a lot of times when it's a Me Too product, there's so much competition. There's not in this, but it's not even like that, because I saw a testimonial video the other day of a guy who was about ready to commit suicide.
Oh
He
my
was
goodness.
literally twice going to commit suicide, and somebody shared these patches with him. He was in so much pain for so long that he was going to have assisted suicide.
Oh my
And
goodness.
somebody shared it with him, and I that's kind of, you know, maybe a drastic example, but the thing is, people need what we have, and
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of have an obligation to share.
Right.
You can decide if you want to try it or not, but everybody needs this technology in their life. Everybody needs. So many people are in pain. So many people are on so much medication, and it's not working. And so if you shift your mind to say, you know, I don't have to share it with them. I get to share it with them, and I should share it with them, because maybe they're praying for something. And also financially, people are looking right now more than ever. People, even if it's $500 a month, they are looking for other ways to make money. And so I feel like I have to share it, because if I don't, what if that was the one person? What if that was a Ron Rayburn? What if that was an Onyx Cole? I mean, you just never know. People will grab hold of this and fly past you. And anyway,
absolutely, Jody. And you know, I think as you were saying that, I was thinking, if I had never called my friend Dana, not one of you would be on here. Not one of you would have received the health benefits that you've received if I never picked up the phone and called my friend Dana, who then called Jody, who then called Dawne.
Yep.
And you just think about that, the power of word of mouth.
Right. Yep.
Wow.
Powerful. Excellent.
Okay, guys, all I can say is just get out there, keep sharing, keep patching. You know, reach up for help and inspiration. Get on the Zooms, get in the Facebook groups, and let us know if you need anything at all. We're very happy to help you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we'll sign off.
Okay.
Okay.
All you guys,
Right.
thanks for taking the time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
So
Good
much.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.